lovely beading people! How are you today? Today I'm going to show you how to make these angels, and I'm going to show you of course how to make one and then you can make the other. This is not hard to make, but I'm going to say if you know how to do the ladder stitch and how to do the brick stitch, this might be easy to follow. I'm not going to lie, it is very small for me to show you how to make this, but I did my absolute best to show you as good as I can from finish to start. So this is a whole tutorial. I'm going to show you from this speed to this speed how to make this. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you had trouble making this, but I hope I explained it as clear as I could. So let's start. So the materials you will need. You will need a set of pliers, and I have here a round nose plier and a flat nose plier. You will need 11/0 beads in clear, and I used clear AB. You will need 11/0 seed beads in pearl white or in other white, just what you have. And you will need 8/0 also in clear. You can also switch these colors up, so if you don't have clear, you can also, let's say, take blue, and that will be part of the dress of the angel. So if you have the angel here, as you can see, she has wings. I hope the camera picks that up. She has wings. And then she has body also and arms. And I chose to have the AB beads. And in that way I also chose for her to have AB the rest of the dress. But of course you can also use two different beads and then make the top of her dress something else. So it's just what you like, but you can switch out the 8/0 and the 11/0 in clear in a different color. I would suggest to keep the wings white, but you can also make the wings AB and then the dress in color. You will also need two beads, and I use these in AB clear. This is a little bit eyeballing on what you think you like on your angel. This bead is about 12 millimeters and this bead is about 8 millimeters. So I like it with 12 and 8, but maybe you like it smaller. So it just depends on what larger beads you have and a round bead. I use an oval shaped bead and a round bead for the head. So the oval bead is for the body. I use one 6 millimeter crystal roundel. I use one size 10 needle. I use the size 6 ring. And I use one ear hook. And as thread, I just chosen what I have. I just chosen white thread. You can also use your fire line or something. Just keep in mind that you need to go through seed beads, so that you need you need thread that goes through the seed beads. So let's start. Now I've threaded my needle with about 1 arm span of thread, and I'm just going to say, if you are a beginner, you can try this, but it's kind of you need to get the hang of it. So I don't advise this directly to beginners, but you can always try. What we're going to do, we're going to start with the white bead. So we're going to pick up one white bead and slide it down. Leave a good tail so that you can make a knot later. So this is a tail about, I think it's 2 inch. Doesn't have to be too long, as long as you can tie a knot with the other end later. Then we're going to take our needle and we're going through the bead in the opposite direction. And we're going to do that one more time again, so that it is secure. Just pull and make sure that that bead is secure on your thread. Now we're going to pick up another bead and slide it down. And I'm going through that first bead again in the opposite direction. And pull. And I'm going to zoom in from now because it's going to get a little hard to show you. I'm going to do my best. We're going to basically do, for those who know it, do the ladder stitch. So I have now the second bead on, and I'm going through that bead on the top way that the other thread is coming out of also. And pull. So now it makes it secure. Don't pull it too hard because you don't want your work to crumble up, but we can fix that later if that happens to you. We want them to face next to each other, So with the holes on the top, we're going to pick up another white bead and we're going through the other bead that we just added in the opposite direction and pull. And then we're going through that same bead we just added, and this time from the bottom to the top and pull like this. We're going to take one more bead and we're going to do the same. So I'm going through the bead I just added in the opposite direction. So I'm going on the other way where the thread is coming out. Like this. And then I'm going with my needle through the bead we just added. This is very hard to show you and to get it super straight at the same time, because I don't want my fingers in the way, but mostly I hold and pull this so that it is straight in the first time. And now I'm going to pick up one clear 11-0. So this is not white, this is a clear 11-0. And I'm going to add that just the same as we did before. And I'm going through that bead. Now I'm going to secure the last two. So what you're going to do, you're going to look at your work, and I'm going to super zoom this in so that you can see what I mean. I hope you can see this, but they are all facing with the holes towards the top. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull it a little bit so that they line up, and you can just push and pull until they are straight behind each other. And then we're going through the second last bead again and pull and give it a gentle tug. And then we're going through the last bead again. And I'm doing my very best to show you this because it's very small. And then we're going to start with our thread facing away from us out of the clear bead. What we're going to do now, we're going to pick up one 11-0, and I'm going to zoom out a little because my camera won't focus if I'm too close. What I'm going to do, I'm going underneath the first thread bridge. So there is a thread bridge between the beads, and I'm going under it while I have my bead on my work and pull. And then we're going with our needle. So we have so we're going to do the basic brick stitch, but the bead is flat now, and we're going from the bottom to the top through that bead. It's very hard for me to hold because it's so small. Sorry for that. And like this, and pull. So for those who know the basic brick stitch, that is basically what we're going to do. So it should not be too hard, but it's very hard to show because it's so small. Okay, now we have the clear bead on, and now we're going to move on to the white beads. So we're going to take one white bead and we're going through, underneath the next thread bridge. So that is between the next two white beads, and we're going underneath that thread bridge and pull. And then, like we did before, we're coming up through the white bead. So make sure that this lace, like literally, that's why it's called brick stitch, like a brick, that it is flat with the top, with the hole towards the top, and then just go from the bottom to the top, through to the top. We're going to pick up one more white bead, and we're going underneath the next thread bridge, underneath the two, or in between next two white beads. We're going to pull, and we're going to go through the next bead. So we're basically just going to repeat this until the end, and that is one more time, and I'm just going to show you this. Oh, I missed my thread bridge. So that can also happen to you. If it happens to you, don't panic, just do it again. I think I slipped out with my needle underneath the thread bridge. That can happen. It happened to me before. Didn't pay enough attention to go under it. So again, pick up one white bead and go underneath the thread bridge and pull, and come up through the bottom of that bead. And I'm going to show you how this looks up close, because I can imagine that this might be a little bit hard to follow, because I have the feeling it's a little bit hard to show you. So I hope you can see this. So you can see we have now 5 beads on the bottom row, and we have 4 beads on the row above that. Now I'm going to try to show you it like this, as it is zoomed in like this. We're going to pick up another white bead, and then we're going underneath the thread bridge that is in between the 2 white beads, and pull. And then we're going through the white bead we just added through the bottom, and you just have to visualize, if it is turned the other way around, how it is supposed to go on as a brick. That will make it easier. We're going to take another white bead, and we're going underneath the next thread bridge and pull, and we're going up through the next bead. And I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now we added 4 in the beginning, so we're going to add 3 at this row, because we're going to increase. I'm going to pick up 1 clear bead now, and I'm going underneath the next thread bridge and pull, and then up through the next bead and pull. Now we're going to secure this. So now it looks like this. And now we're going to do this 2 more times with 2 clear beads. So I'm going to pick up 1 clear bead, and I'm going underneath the next thread bridge and pull. Go up through the next bead from the bottom to the top and pull. And then we're going to pick up 1 more bead, and we're going underneath the next thread bridge and pull, and we're coming up through the bottom. So just see how it should lay, and then stick it through the bottom to the top, and it looks like this. And then we're going to pick up the last bead, and that will be 180, and we're going underneath the thread bridge that is in between the beads. But now we are not going to do it like we normally would. So what we're going to do now, I am going back through the 80 the way I came out of it and pull. I'm going to stick my needle through the 11 clear. Hope you can see that. And pull. I'm coming up through the other 11/0 clear on the top. And pull. Give it a gentle tug. And then I'm going through the 8/0 again. And pull. And now I'm going through all the side of the bead. So I'm going through the next clear 11/0 and the next 3 white seed beads. So I'm going to make it to where we started, like this, and pull. Now we made the top part of the wing. This is a part of her body and this is part of her arm. So we're going to make now so the feathers of the wing. What we're going to do, we're going to pick up 7 11/0 white beads. Oh, got stuck in my beading mat. Like this. And we're going to slide them down. Like this. And now we're going to skip the last one and we're going back through the other 6 beads and through the bead, so the first bead of the row. Hope you can see that. So that's the first bead of the row. And pull. Like this. And then we're coming up through the next bead that's next to that. And pull. And now we're going to pick up 6 white beads. And slide them down. And for those who really didn't get the part with the brick stitch, I'm going to show you that one more time again after we finish this. And I'm going back through the last 5 beads. So I'm going to skip the 1 bead. We're going to just repeat that step. We're going to skip 1 bead. We're going through the last 5 beads and then through the first of the row. And then go to the next one, so through the next one. Like this. And now this is 7, this is 6, so we're going to pick up 5 beads. Like this. Slide them down. And we're going through the last 4 and the last bead and pull. Make sure that you have not wrapped your thread around something. And then we're coming up through the next 11/0 and pull. And then we're going to pick up 4 white 11/0s and slide them down. So 4, then skip the last one, go through the next 3 and go down through the first seed bead we started from. And pull. And now we're coming up through the last seed bead, and that is the clear seed bead. Like this. And we're going to pick up 3 clear 11/0 seed beads. Slide them down. Go to skip the first one, go through the next 2. And then go through the first seed bead and pull like this. Now what we're now going to do is very easy, but before my hands get in the way, I'm going to show you. We're going through the clear seed beads, through the 8/0, so we're going to make a loop because these are all straightforward. We're going through the clear seed beads, the 8/0, and then through the white seed beads until we reach where we started. So I'm just going through the beads. Sorry, I got a knot in my thread, so I went one up already. And through the next one. Then I'm going through the 8/0. And through the, so back through the next 11/1. Sorry, the next clear 11/0, sorry. And then through the next 4 white seed beads, and that is where I reach the end of this. Sorry for that, the next 3. So if you went up 4, please go one step back. And you can see that is where our thread is ending. So this is the tail, and we want our thread to line up there. And that is where we're going to make a knot. So I'm going to make a knot 2 times. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Just going to make a knot 2 times. So that is 1 and then 2. Like this. And then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going up through the first set of the wings. So I'm just going through the next beads and I skip the middle. So the bead we skip, I skip that now too. And pull. And then I'm going to cut my thread. So just with a scissor. And if you have like a thread burner or something, you can use your thread burner, just what you like. So now we have the first part of the wing. As you can see, I'm going to grab the angel. This is the first part with her body on one side and then the arm. Sorry. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make the other end. And we're going to do that by just starting the brick stitch like we did before. And we're going to not add another 8/0, but we're going to grab this 8/0 when we're at the top of that. So I'm going to show you one more time again. If you now know how to do this, you can make this and you can just skip this part and you can make the brick stitch. And then before you should add an 8/0, wait, because I'm going to show you how we're going to pick up this 8/0. Okay, now again for the brick stitch, I'm going to pick up 1 white seed bead and I'm going to slide it down. I'm going to leave a tail because we're going to tie it like we did before. And I'm going up through that same bead. And I believe that they also call this a stopper bead. And I'm going through this bead in the same, or in the same direction 2 times. And pull. Now I'm going to pick up 1 more white bead. And I'm going through the bead again in the same direction as we did before. And pull. And make sure it lines up with your other bead. And then go down to the bead we just added, or through the bead, sorry, we just added, like this. Pick up 1 seed bead again and go through the other bead on the other side where the thread is coming out, so in the same direction, and go up through the new bead and pull. Don't pull too hard because it can be that your beads will crumble. And I always have that because I tend to pull very hard on my work. That is just to keep the tension on it. Pick up another white bead and attach it like we did before, and go up through the next, so through the same bead like we did before, like this, and then add another clear one. So this is the basic ladder stitch that you need to build up a brick stitch. I believe I learned this from like Beadaholic. And now we're going to reinforce the last two, so I'm going to get my bead straight, and I'm going through the last white one and pull, and the last clear one again and pull, like this. Okay, and now we're going to start our brick stitch. So we're going to start with one clear 11/0, and I'm going underneath the thread bridge, underneath, so that's in between the white and the clear bead, and I'm going through the bottom of that first clear bead and gently tug. Then we're going to pick up one white bead, and I'm going underneath the thread bridge and pull, and then again go up through that white bead. So we're going to make 4 in this row. I'm going to pick up one more white bead, and I'm going underneath the next thread bridge and pull, and then go up from the bottom of this bead and gently tug so that it is straight next to each other. And then I'm going to pick up the last white bead for this row, and I'm going underneath the last thread bridge. So you're never going to you can never go wrong with this if you just follow the thread bridges, because then you only have to see like the color, which color you need to pick up, because the thread bridges will just increase with you. So you will have 4 on the first row, because if we made the first row from 5, we have 4 thread bridges, and so on. If we have now 4 beads on, we have 3 thread bridges. So you can never go wrong with getting the wrong thread bridge, because then you will run out of thread bridges. So that was a mouthful. Okay, pick up another white bead and go underneath the next thread bridge. And for those who think, oh, I can see it's so small, there is just a button on the YouTube frame that makes you expand this onto your whole screen, so that you can see it better. Pick up another white bead and go underneath the next thread bridge, and just like we did before, we're just going to do the basic brick stitch. I'm just going to now tell you which beads you need to pick up. And then the last one, and that is a clear bead, and go underneath the last thread bridge. I had to hold it close to my face to see where the thread bridge is, and go up through the bottom of the clear bead and pull. And now we're going to add 2 clear 11/0 beads. So I'm going to pick up one clear, going underneath the next thread bridge, and I'm going up like this, and I'm going to pick up one more clear bead, and I'm going underneath the next thread bridge, and I'm coming up through the next one. Oh, almost dropped it. It's so small. The last bead is always a bit harder, especially when you come to the top. There's so little room. Okay, now we are ready to add the 8/0. And the 8/0, we're going to use the 8/0 that we already have. So what we're going to do now, you have to line them up next to each other with the arms facing the same way. So the clear beads are where the arms are going to be. So you're going to line them up together. And as you can see, my thread is coming out of this one. So I'm going to pick up the 8/0 in that same direction. So I'm going from this bead into this bead. So just like we want the 8/0 to stand up, like we would do if we picked up an 8/0, we're going to pick it up like that. And then I'm going underneath the thread bridge. So I hope you can see this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to show you again where I stick it. So one more time again. I'm going to lay it straight for you. I'm coming out of this part and I'm going to pick up this 8/0 in the same direction. So here are the arms as I would with an 8/0, the way I want it to stand up. And then I'm going underneath the thread bridge like we would do to just add an 8/0. And then you're just going to pull like this. Make sure it lines up straight. So you don't want your thread to flip. So don't think if you did it like, my angel arm is the other way, because then your thread will be flipped over. Sorry, going to pull this one more time again. Like this. And then what we're going to do, we're going through the 8/0 and pull. I'm sorry if I'm holding like my hands and stuff on it, but I can't get it straight if I don't do that. Okay, and then I'm going, like we did before with the 8/0 on the other side, we're going through the, down through the first clear bead and pull. And for those who are totally lost at this point, I'm trying to explain this as good as possible. If you have questions, you can just ask. And I'm going to make a PDF file of this, because I can understand that this might be very hard to follow because it's so small. And then I'm going through the second seed bead up, so through the next 11/0 up and pull. And I'm going through the middle 8/0 and pull. And now we're just ready, like we did before, to go through the next clear one and then through the side. So I'm going through all the beads on the side, and I will see if I can do, no, I can't do that in one time. Sometimes they're lined so up so very well that you can go and stick it through them all at the same time. Like this, and pull. And now we're going to do exactly the same as we did on the other side. We're going to pick up, so if you know now how to do this, you can just pause this video, because you will just add the wings in the same direction as we did before. So you're going to start with 7 and then end with 3 beads, and you're just going to make the loop now and then end where you have started this row. But if you want to watch this, of course you can also. So I'm going to pick up 7 beads, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. Sorry for the noise, it's my computer. And I'm going to slide them down, and I'm going through the last 6 beads and through the one we started this with, and pull. And then I'm going up through the next bead on the side, so the next one, and I'm going to pick up 6 more beads like this. So let me recount, yes, 6. I'm going to slide them down, and I'm going through the next 5 beads and through the beads that were started from, and pull. And don't, make sure that you not hook it on the other beads, because if you get it hooked on the other beads and you pull it too hard, you can't really get it off anymore because it's just stuck. And I'm going up through the next seed bead next to that. Okay, and I'm going to pick up 5 more white seed beads. So like this, so we're just counting down. So we did 6 and now we're going to do 5. And then I'm going through the next 4 seed beads and through the one I started from and pull. And then up through the next white seed bead, so the next one in a row, and pull like this. Now I'm going to pick up 4 seed beads and slide them down like this. I'm going through the next 3 seed beads and go through the one we started from, and then I'm going through the clear seed bead, so up through the clear seed bead like this and pull. And then I'm going to pick up 3 clear seed beads. I'm going to slide them down and I'm going through the next 2, so I'm skipping the first one and then through the one we started from. Now we're going to do exactly the same like we did before. So what we're going to do, we're going through the clear seed beads, through the 8-0, through the clear again, and then through the white until we reach the point we started from. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going through as many seed beads as I can at the same time. So I'm going through the row of the clear seed beads first. Oh. Like this, and then we're going through the 8-0 seed bead and pull, and I'm going through the next clear seed bead and pull, and then I'm going through the next 3 white seed beads like this, and pull. And now I am at the same point as you can see where I started. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to, like we did before, make 2 knots. So make it very tight, so really yank on it. You don't have to yank that hard that you break your thread, but you have to pull hard enough so that your knot is going in between the beads. And when you're done that, you're going to go through all the white seed beads except the top white seed bead of the part of the wing. So like this, and pull. And I tested this out, and this is really a strong way, and your beads are not going to come apart. You're going to grab your scissor and then cut your threads on both sides like this. And now we have the middle component for our angel. And now we're ready to assemble our angel. I know I didn't mention in the beginning, so I hope you read that, because I'm going to put it underneath it on the materials list, that you also need a head pin. So what we're going to do, we're going to add the body first, then we're going to add 1 seed bead like this. So that is 1 11-0 clear seed bead. I'm going to zoom out a little because we don't need this to be this big. Then we're going to attach the angel wings in the 8-0, and we're going to do this with the arms facing down. So don't do the arms up, because you can also do the arms up if you like that, but we're not going to do that. Okay, and another seed bead, so 1 11-0 seed bead. Then we're going to attach the head, and then the crown or the halo, just how you want to call it. And I see that I just grabbed like my wrong headpin, so one moment please. Sorry for that. I grabbed the one of the box next to that, and I have them like I have them in one box, but I picked up the wrong one. Okay, like this. And then we're going to push it down, and we're going to leave this loop about 1 centimeter. So I'm going to cut that. So this one does not need too much of cutting, and I'm just going to make a loop. And I'm trying to remember always, like you can make a loop just like you would do, like this. And now we're going to take our ring, hook your angel on, hook your earring on, and this angel is two-sided, so it doesn't matter which way. And of course you don't have to make earrings, you can also make something else. If you like this and you like small pendants, you can also hook this on a necklace so that you have a small angel pendant. You can make this as a phone strap. You can really do anything with this. I think it's a little bit too big to hang on as a bail. So as a bail on maybe on a bracelet, but if you like that, you can do that. And then we have a set of angels. So this is very easy to make. I hope it was easy to follow. Please, if you have any questions, just let me know. I will make a PDF file of this also, because I can understand that some people said to me that they rather have a PDF file because they think that works easier, and sometimes with the PDF file and with the tutorial that it is easy to follow. I don't know what will be first. I think the video will be first, and I will make sure that the PDF file will follow very soon. So really hope you like this tutorial. Please let me know if you like this, and maybe you're going to make this for some relatives for the Christmas time. And I will see you next time. Bye! Have a nice day!